Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in again to another episode of Study Crypto. Today's topic is Tomb Finance. What's going on with it, why you should know about it, and is it a safe investment for your hard-earned money? But first, before we get into that, please do us a big favor and hit the like button as well as the subscribe button and ding that bell as well for notifications if you find this content valuable. We really do appreciate it. Now, let's get into it. And obviously, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Crypto investing is high risk. And as always, we do thank you for your support. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into Tomb Finance. Tomb Finance is the first seigniorage token that is not pegged to a stablecoin. Now, I'll get into exactly what that is in a second. But first, this protocol was created by Harry Ye, or Yi, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. He's a very public billionaire. And he runs a company called Quantum Fintech Group, which is in the cryptocurrency space. So that's a positive because it's unlikely this is going to be a rug pull since it's a very public person that's behind this. And a lot of other large investors are behind this protocol as well. It was launched around April 2021. So in DeFi terms, that's a very long time. And it survived and done very well, as we'll see in a moment. And it has been audited by RugDoc. And so you can read through the RugDoc audit at your leisure. I'll have links to all of this information in the description. So as I said a moment ago, Tomb Finance is the first seigniorage token not pegged to a dollar or a currency. So what seigniorage means is basically that it's pegged to something else. Okay, so like for instance, USDC, which is a stable coin, is pegged to the dollar. Okay, and that's a seigniorage relationship. Now, that's what it means. So what Tomb Finance is, the Tomb token, which is one of their primary tokens, it is not pegged to a currency like the dollar. Just like how I said USDC is pegged to the dollar. It's not pegged that way. Or how DAI or something like that is pegged to the dollar. Well, DAI is a bad example because that's algorithmic. But hopefully you get my drift. A stable coin is pegged to a dollar or a actual currency in the real world. Or yeah, so the same way as how PAX-G is a stable coin that's pegged to gold. Okay, so those are seigniorage relationships. Now, with Tomb, the relationship is that the Tomb token is pegged to FTM, which is the smart contract protocol coin of the Fantom network. So this Tomb token is pegged to Fantom as opposed to a dollar or gold or silver or something like that. And so because of that, we have an interesting scenario because what it does is it holds its relationship to Fantom extremely well. So as the price of Fantom goes up, Tomb is pegged to the price of Fantom. It will rise as well. As the price of Fantom goes down, it will go down. Okay? So that's the pegged relationship between Tomb and FTM, okay, which is the primary coin on the Fantom network. Now, in order for that relationship to exist, depending on various factors of buying and selling activity in the market, the peg, the relationship between the two coins, they could grow further and further apart. Whether the Tomb peg goes under the Fantom amount, or it goes over Now, ideally, for the Tomb token to maintain its value, to maintain its stated goal of creating liquidity in the manner that it is, it needs to stay closely pegged to Fantom. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to peg Fantom as closely as possible. As the peg drifts under or it drifts over the pegged amount of Fantom, that erodes the value of the coin. So there are mechanisms built into the Tomb Finance protocol to ensure that the Tomb token stays closely pegged to Fantom and not loosely pegged to Fantom. Okay? I hope you guys are following that so far. So for instance, the peg for Tomb is 1-to-1. Ideally, it's going to be a 1-to-1 peg. 1 Tomb for 1 Fantom. That's how the peg is supposed to exist. Okay? Now, in the event that the peg goes under 1-to-1, meaning it's at, say, 0.90 Tomb to 1 Fantom coin, there's a process that takes place that investors participate in to profit off of in order to keep the peg, getting the peg back to 1. And so as we see here, where it says under, in the event that the Tomb peg goes under 1-to-1, like for instance in the example I just said, 0.90, what the investor will do is buy Tomb. And then they would exchange that Tomb for something called T-Bond, which is another coin that's part of the Tomb Finance protocol, which could be found in the pit. Now, if we look here, we can see this is Tomb Finance, and you would get the T-Bond in the pit. I don't have the wallet connected right now, but you'd be able to buy T-Bond in the pit. Now, so yeah, this is the main page of Tomb Finance. So we'll get to this in a moment, but let's go back to what we were speaking about. So what they would do is they would buy the T-Bond in the pit. Now, the process of buying T-Bonds, it burns Tomb. Okay, it will burn Tomb, which will reduce the supply of Tomb, which will push the value of Tomb up. Okay, when you reduce the supply of a coin, the value of the existing coins go up. So that pushes the value of Tomb up back to the peg. Okay, that it's pegged at 1-to-1 with FTM. Now, when the Tomb price rises above the peg from this process, the investors sell the T-Bond for Tomb at a profit, plus they get a time bonus for holding on to the Tomb. I'm sorry, they get a time bonus for holding on to the T-Bond when they sell for the Tomb. Okay? So if you look here, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, I know it may be a bit confusing. Right here you can see the current price of Tomb. The current price of Tomb is actually above peg. The current price is 1.0104 Fantom for a Tomb, which in dollars is $2.04. So right now the price is above peg, okay? So just keep that in mind. Right now it's above peg. It's been pegged above Fantom for a while. This peg does not fluctuate rapidly. It may take weeks or so for the peg to move up or down. So it's not the kind of thing you'd have to watch on a continual basis. A couple other things to note. The TVL, over $600 million locked in this protocol. So a substantial amount of money locked in this protocol. All right, so that's part one of how this algorithmic stablecoin, Seigniorage coin works too. All right, so we understand now when the peg drops below 1, right now, again, it's above 1, so we're not talking about that process. If this number said 0.99, that would be below the peg. And so in that event, if that happens, this is how you profit off of that. And while profiting, you restore the peg. Now, let's look at what happens if you go over. Like, for instance, right now we are over peg. We're at 1.0104. So we're over the peg right now. We're not at 1. It's rarely ever directly at 1 to 1. It's always going to be under or over. Okay? So right now we're at 1.014. So we're over peg. So in the event that we go over peg, what do you do to be profitable? You can buy TOOM, right? And instead of exchanging it for T-bonds, which is what you do when it's underpegged, you were going to pair it with you could pair it with TOOM FTM LP. You can make a liquidity pool token and stake it in the cemetery, which is here. Okay, the cemetery is where you would stake it, the TOOM FTM LP, and you earn TSHARES. Okay, and this earns you TSHARES. Now, once you have those TSHARES, let's talk about what TSHARES do. TSHARES print more TOOM. Okay, TSHARES print TOOM. TSHARES create TOOM. Like how the Federal Reserve prints dollars, well, TSHARES print TOOM. And what happens is when you print more TOOM, you increase the amount of TOOM in circulation. And if you're increasing the amount of TOOM in circulation, that reduces the value of all existing TOOM, which pushes the price down. Because again, we're doing this because the price is over. If the price is over, it takes a second to pop up. If the price is over the peg, you want to get the price down. Keep the price down. So with this process, TSHARES print more TOOM. And so you'll be printing more TOOM, driving the price down to get it back to peg. Now, the way you do this is you then take your TSHARES that you get from creating the LP token, you take the TSHARES and you go into the Masonry. You stake them in the Masonry, which is locked right now. I don't have a wallet connected. You would stake them in the Masonry to earn more TOOM. And you can earn TOOM this way. Okay? Now, it's also good to note, you can also go to Spooky Swap, which is a swapping DEX, and you can purchase TSHARES by themselves in order to stake them in the Masonry to earn more TOOM. Okay? And so that's something to consider if you want to get more TOOM. And we're going to take a look at some of the numbers right now. So that's basically how it works. Now, if we take a look at the TSHARES that are in the Masonry, well, first off, I want you to take a look at this. This is one of the reasons why this is a successful protocol. Now, we have here, this is the Masonry where you stake the TSHARES. And as you see, the APR is pretty nice, 500% APR. Okay, they have over 38,000 TSHARES staked currently. Now, an epoch is the time lock in which you have per time you can withdraw your TSHARE out. An epoch is 6 hours. So as you can see, an epoch just recently passed. Okay. Now, so that's what you get with TSHARES. Now, I want you to take a look at this. The price of TSHARES has done extraordinarily well. If you look at the price of TSHARES, right now, one TSHARE is $7,033, which is quite remarkable. When you consider back in July, it was only $500 for a TSHARE. So you could have purchased a TSHARE for $500, okay? The price went as high as $22,000 for one TSHARE. So you could have had one TSHARE for $500, had the price appreciate to $22,000 while simultaneously getting a 514% APR on that investment. That is bonkers. So Tomb Finance is definitely a profitable opportunity in DeFi right now. Again, I'm not endorsing this. I'm not saying throw your money into this. Everything has risk. All this is high risk. This is DeFi. This is cryptocurrency. Let's not get it twisted. But this is definitely one of the more sound projects in DeFi, to the fact that Tomb Finance there's been a lot of forks or copies of this Tomb Finance protocol created ever since it launched, because their seigniorage strategy is so well thought out and put together. Okay? So that's pretty much it on Tomb Finance. Okay? Again, we can go back to the home page. As you can see, it's still over peg, which is a good thing. So right now, if you get involved, you want to buy some TSHARES. Again, you can get fractions of TSHARES. You don't have to buy an entire TSHARE. And you can buy the TSHARE and participate in the protocol if you so chose to do so. Or you don't have to buy the TSHARE. You can get a Tomb FTM LP token, okay, and you can stake that to earn some TSHARE. Or if you wanted to earn more TSHARE, you can get a TSHARE FTM. You can buy some TSHARE and then buy some FTM, and you'll be able to stake that and earn some more TSHARES. Now, if you see here, the APR for the TSHARE FTM staking is 167% APR, which isn't bad, but I think I like the APR from the Masonry better, right? And here you're just staking the TSHARE. You don't have to create a liquidity pool token, and you're getting the 516%. However, you have a time lock period based upon the epoch every 6 hours. So that's because you're locking it in. That's why they're giving you a higher APR here. Again, I think this is a great strategy. I'm not endorsing it. I just think it's a really great strategy. I think they have a track record that's worth noting. And if you have some discretionary risk capital, this might be worth considering or not. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying what I think about the protocol and where it's going to go and its potential and its past success. And obviously, past success does not equal current or future success. So, keeping all that in mind, I think that's pretty much it for this Tomb Finance video. So we were going to talk about compounding. I'll talk about compounding in the next video. Basically, with these APRs, these are APRs. These aren't compounded. It will be APY. There's a way you can compound your earnings as well to get an even higher yield. You can compound them on such places as Beefy or Reaper, where you can compound your APR, and that way you can take your earnings and compound them and get earnings on your earnings, right? And so that's compounded interest. You can gain compounded interest. But we're not going to get into that just yet. We'll get into that in the next video. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. If you did appreciate this, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. And ding that notification bell as well. We really do appreciate it. Thanks so much. See you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much again for viewing our wonderful video. And please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you found value in this. And please ding the notification bell as well. Thanks so much. See you next time.